BioVivacious. BioVivacious, as you know, it's a YouTube channel dedicated to clear fundamental concepts in biosciences. So today we are going to discuss about synthesizing fatty acids. Synthesizing fatty acid is a very fascinating topic. If you have not seen the previous 3 videos where we discussed about the requirements for fatty acid synthesis, how they are made available. Now a video on acetyl-CoA carboxylase enzyme and a video on the enzyme complex. So these 3 videos are very important in order to understand this particular video on synthesizing fatty acids. So therefore, our understanding at the moment when we begin is, so we have an enzyme, so let us denote the enzyme in this manner. We are showing only a single unit of the enzyme, so enzyme. Here there is an ACP which is important for us, and we know that the ACP, it has got a pantothenic acid and a sulfhydryl group. This is one of the important sulfhydryl groups. And second, domain number 1 has got a cysteine and an SH group. So these 2 SH groups play very crucial role in synthesizing fatty acid. So we also have a precursor molecules like NADPH, acetyl-CoA and malonyl-CoA ready now. So let us begin. First and foremost in synthesizing fatty acid is we need to prime or we need to charge the enzyme. How do we prime the enzyme? So which means at the right location the precursor molecules are filled. So in order to do that, first of all, let us start with an acetyl-CoA is added. So we will use a different pen. So an acetyl-CoA is added and CoA is removed. So this acetyl group is getting added to the ketoacyl synthase unit. Now this particular unit, the ketoacyl synthase position, where the acetyl, the 2 carbon unit, acetyl is added, it is not highly sensitive. It can accept a 2 carbon unit, it can accept a 3 carbon unit like propionyl-CoA can also be accepted there. So the enzyme which will do this conversion attachment is the enzyme in domain number 1, and that is acetyl transacetylase. So we will write acetyl transferase enzyme. Now once this acetyl group is transferred there, so we can write the structure like this. So this is our enzyme, this is our ACP, pantothenic acid, nothing, it is acetase. So this is our cysteine sulfhydryl group. To that the acetyl unit is attached. So acetyl unit is attached. Priming is not done yet. Now in the next step is to this, what we are going to do is now a malonyl unit is attached. So malonyl-CoA, you remember the structure, so OOC CoA. It is attached and CoA is removed. So therefore you are left with the malonyl group, and that malonyl group is attached to this 4' phosphopentothene. That is very specific for malonyl group. It can accept only malonyl group there. So it is highly sensitive. So the malonyl group is going to be attached there. So let us draw the structure in the top figure. So therefore this is the enzyme, this ACP, 4' phosphopentothene, S is there, this is cysteine, yes, there the acetyl group is attached, CH3 is attached, Now in this position you will have the malonyl group getting attached. The malonyl group is attached. Now the enzyme which will do this catalysis is malonyl transferase or malonyl transacylase. So we have used two enzymes of domain number 1. So now let us rub this. So therefore now an acetyl unit is attached here, a malonyl unit is attached here. Now we can say that the enzyme is primed. Now it is capable of carrying forward fatty acid synthesis. Let us see how this is done. So in the next step, that is, we have one more enzyme in domain number 1. The name of that enzyme is ketoacyl synthase. Ketoacyl synthase is the name of the enzyme. Now ketoacyl synthase enzyme, what it does is, it's interesting, this acetyl group is attacking this carbon-carbon bond and it will displace CO2. So remember, when we were making malonyl CoA, we have invested energy in the form of ATP to link this carbon-carbon. So therefore that time we have mentioned that CO2 may be acting as an enzyme, stimulating or facilitating a reaction where this energy is now utilized for formation of another linkage. And that is catalyzed by the third enzyme in the domain number 1. And now what happens? So this is the enzyme ACP PNS. So here is this CO2 is gone. Now the remaining is, let us use another color. Okay. So what happens to this region? This is cysteine. This is empty now. Okay. This is by the third enzyme. So therefore, please understand that this is, let us number carbon number 1, 2, 3 and 4. Carbon number 1 and 2, this has come from, it has come from malonyl CoA. Malonyl CoA. And this carbon number 3 and 4 have come from acetyl CoA. So this you need to monitor. And another very, very important aspect is, now it is attached, the fatty acid, the growing fatty acid is attached to acyl carrier protein. Now in the case of beta oxidation, we mentioned the carrier is coenzyme E, whereas in the case of fatty acid synthesis, the carrier is acyl carrier protein. So therefore, in the name of this compound, let us name this compound. So carbon number 1, 2, 3, at the third place, there is a keto group. So therefore, we shall call this one 3-keto fatty acyl CoA. Acyl ACP. 3-keto fatty acyl ACP. So remember, we will be using only ACP. 3-keto fatty acyl. It is a 4-carbon short chain fatty acid which is created. Okay, not fully fatty acid, but it's a 3-keto fatty acyl ACP is formed. So this is the work on domain number 1. Once it is done, let us see what happens in domain number 2. So therefore, let us make modification here itself. So this will be SH. So this is the molecule. Okay, this is round. Now, the next reaction is going to be in domain number 2. Now, the name of domain number 2 is reduction unit. Okay. Now, remember the analogy which was given in the beginning, like an earth mover. So in the 4' phosphopantothene, this arm, 20 Armstrong long arm, is carrying this intermediate from one active site, from domain number 1. Now it has brought into domain number 2. The next enzyme will act on it. If the next enzyme is ketoacyl reductase. A reduction reaction is going to happen. Ketoacyl reductase. It's a reductase. So therefore you need NADPH plus H plus. That will add 2 hydrogens. And it gets oxidized to NADP plus. And the 2 hydrogens are going to be added across carbon number 3. When it adds across carbon number 3, this is how the product is going to be. So here it is. So if the 2 hydrogens are going to be added, so this becomes H and H. Okay, so with this addition, now let us name this compound. This is a hydroxyl group. This becomes 3-hydroxy fatty acyl CoA. 3-hydroxy fatty acyl CoA. 3-hydroxy acyl CoA. You can also use 3-hydroxy acyl CoA. That is the next product which is formed. Now once you have that, so we will convert the structure here. We rub this, 3-hydroxy acyl CoA is formed. Once 3-hydroxy acyl CoA is formed, we are still in domain number 2. If the next enzyme, if the function of the next enzyme is to remove a molecule of water. A molecule of water is removed. And that water is removed by the enzyme dehydratase enzyme. So dehydratase removes a molecule of water. Which is the molecule of water removed? This OH and another hydrogen from here. So once that water molecule is removed, this is going to be the product. So here is the enzyme ACP, here ascites, so a double bond is created. So here is a double bond. It is created like this. By removing a molecule of water, a double bond is created. So let us name this product. What is the name of this? So therefore there is a double bond between carbon number 2 and 3. So therefore, and that is in trans conformation. This becomes trans delta 2. Between 2 and 3 there is a double bond. Trans delta 2 enoyl CoA. Enoyl ACP, sorry. Enoyl ACP. Trans delta 2 enoyl ACP is the product which is formed by dehydratase enzyme. We are still in domain number 2. Let us make this molecule that way so that okay, so we have made trans delta 2 enoyl ACP is here. Trans delta 2 enoyl ACP. So therefore remember that ACP is transferring like in the hand of the earth mover moving to next enzyme. There is one more enzyme left in domain number 2. That enzyme is enoyl reductase. So the next role is for enoyl reductase. And enoyl reductase is again NADPH plus H plus. 2 hydrogens are added across this. So reduction occurs NADP plus. So you can see that now this product will be ACP here, cysteine SH, PN, let's use the same color, red color. This becomes CH2 and this is CH3. You see, it has become a short chain of 4 carbon fatty acid. Okay, so it has become a 4 chain fatty acid. This is an enoyl CoA. Now, this is how fatty acid will be formed. Very simple. What is important is what happens next. How do we make it longer? So therefore, we go towards the second round of fatty acid synthesis. Now remember, in the second round of fatty acid synthesis, next enzyme is going to be malonyl transacylase. Now malonyl transacylase is very sensitive enzyme. It can attach a malonyl group only here, but this position is already occupied by this product. What to do now? So therefore now the ACP will transfer this whole unit to this position so that this is empty. This is available for malonyl group to be added. So let us transfer that. It is a non-enzymatic reaction, so therefore it is transferred there. So CH2, CH2, this will be CH2 and CH3. So this position is free to accept another malonyl group. Now we are starting the second round. In the second round, if the first enzyme is going to be malonyl transacylase, what will it transfer? It requires a malonyl CoA. Malonyl CoA is required, and that will give away CoA, and the malonyl group is transferred to this position. Let us write down that structure. So enzyme ACP cysteine S CH2 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 CH3, that was originally there. Now if the next malonyl group is PNS, so malonyl group is transferred. This is how we all began. Now once again the enzyme is primed. So what should be? So all the reactions in domain number 2 is over. Now the ACP will bring it back to domain number 1. In domain number 1, if the first enzyme, now it is going to be ketoacyl synthase. Now ketoacyl synthase will transfer this whole unit. This whole unit is transferred here. This CO2 is removed and this 4 carbon is attached there. Now once this 4 carbon is attached there, the product is going to be like this. So the product you will have, this will be cysteine SH, that's no problem. So here let us put the blue color. This is a CH2, then followed by double bond. Okay, that is another acetyl group. This is CH2 and CH3. A 6 carbon compound is formed. What is important at the moment is to understand from where these carbons have come. So let us number. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 carbons are there. What is the source of these 6 carbon atoms? So these 2 carbon atoms have come from second malonyl CoA. Second malonyl CoA. So these 2 carbon atoms, that is 3 and 4, that has come from in the first malonyl CoA. And carbon number 5 and 6, that has come from acetyl CoA. So this is very important for us to monitor what is the source of these carbon atoms. Okay, once this is done, you know that all the reactions in domain number 1 is over. Now ACP will transfer this 6 carbon unit to domain number 2. In domain number 2, ketoacyl reductase will reduce this. Then dehydratase will act. Again enoyl reductase. So therefore it will be another saturated, it becomes a 6 carbon compound. The whole thing will be in round number 3. This is transferred to ketoacyl synthase unit. Another monoacyl unit is added. So this process will keep on happening. This is how fatty acid is synthesized. In mammalian system, we have certain limitations. If the limitation is we can make only up to 16 carbon atoms. We can add only 16 carbon atoms. You know that a fatty acid with the 16 carbon atom is nothing but palmitic acid. So therefore, what we will have is like this: 14, 15 and 16. So this is formed in the last step. After this, no more carbon can be added to this. That is the time acyl ACP, acyl carrier protein, will transfer this growing fatty acid into third domain. Remember, third domain is the palmitate release unit. It has only one enzyme, that is the thioesterase enzyme. A molecule of water is required, and that will remove this whole unit. It will remove palmitic acid. Palmitic acid is released and the original enzyme. The original enzyme and palmitic acid is removed. We are interested in knowing how this 16 carbon fatty acid is synthesized. So this is how the entire process of fatty acid synthesis occurs.